In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can get 100% match ratings on Fire Pro Wrestling World. Stick around, that's coming up right now. A great big HKTV welcome here at Hard Knocks Television, the home of Hard Knocks Entertainment. And in this video, as we explained earlier, we're covering how to get a 100% match rating on Fire Pro Wrestling World. Now, it is just a random match in the background, so don't worry too much about that. It's just really to give you something to watch other than my pretty mug. So the first thing on the list, the first thing you want to think about when you're trying to get a 100 match rating is back and forth. Now this game, it's not like other wrestling games where it's just bash the button and try to win. This game, as I've said previously in other tutorials and other videos I've done, it's all about the performance. So for that, you want to get some back and forth action. And you want to try and get as much of that back and forth action as possible. So yes, you want to get some moves and wear your opponent down, but you want to give him the opportunity to get some moves in as well. So that you need that a little back and forth action. But that also comes into the next part, which is close call pinfalls or rope breaks. And what I mean by that is, it's what you see all the time on the wrestling, and it builds the excitement, it gets the match up. You hit a big move, and you'll go for a pinfall cover or a submission hold right next to the ropes, knowing that it's a bit close to the ropes and he's probably going to break it. But it still builds the excitement when he gets his foot up at the last second. Or in the case of the pinfalls, you go for a pinfall and then you kick out, or you get them to kick out at 2.9, almost at 3. So you haven't worn them down completely. And I believe you can cancel the pinfall as well. So basically what you want to do with that is just, as I said, don't spam it too much, because that'll actually, you start to spam the same thing, the fans will get bored. Just like in a real match. But if you try and utilise that, quick covers, 2.9 covers, rope breaks, things like that, those will all help you boost your match ratings. So you want to try and utilise that as much as you can. Now, next point here, I've got my bullet points here. Now, the next thing is some people have asked about the subject of blood flow, and does busting your opponent open get you a higher match rating? And my answer to that is not necessarily, but it does help a little bit to make a more exciting match. It doesn't really make a lot of difference to the match rating in itself, but in the long run it will help you, because apart from building the excitement, it'll wear the opponent down and it builds up the hype, and it just looks cool. But what you want to remember next, and this is next on the list, is signature moves. There's a 2.9 pin there that I was talking about, and as you can see, the fans were happy with that. But back to my point, you want to use signature moves and finishers. And while you don't want to spam them over and over and over for the reason I stated, You know, take advantage of them. Use your finishers. Hit a couple of finishers. Have some, you know, mix them in with some close call pins. Get them on the outside. Hit a finisher on the outside, which is coming to my next point. Those all build excitement. That's the things that the fans are looking for. And my next point, as I said, is outside the ring moves. Don't be afraid to take the action to the outside. This game has a 20 count, so you've got plenty of time to get your opponent out there, hit a few moves, maybe a couple of cheap shots, do the whole heel thing. You've got 20. You've got the count of 20 to get back in, so you've got plenty of time. So just, you know, work with it, build the hype, mix in some high flying moves, which is my next point. High flying, whether it's outside the ring, which is very exciting, will boost your match rating, but even in the inside of the ring, don't be afraid to go up top and use those high flying moves. Even if you don't land on target every single time, it looks great, the fans love it, and the fans will pop for it. And when the fans start popping, and you'll hear this in the game, that's a clear sign that the fans are enjoying the match and that the ratings are going to shoot up. So again, while you don't want to spam the same move over and over, just consider it. You know, start if you've got a guy that uses high flying moves, then use those moves. That's what they're there for. Now, as well, when I was talking about back and forth, you want the match to look good, and you want to get back and forth. You want to try and control the match without being too dominating, because you don't, you know, and that can be tricky. But just be careful. Don't forget to use your breathe button. That's the L1 button, I believe. And that'll stop you getting out of breath. But at the same time, don't be afraid to take those bumps. It all gets the match rating up. My next point on the list is a couple of things that people have asked about. First, knockouts and critical moves. Do they boost the match rating? Now, I don't see personally why they wouldn't, but I haven't been able to confirm 100% if that is the case. But I would think that it would probably give you at least a little boost. Aside from anything else, it looks awesome when you hit a finisher and the guy's out cold. And that takes me to the next point, match length. Now, a lot of people have said that the longer matches tend to get the higher ratings, and that can be the case. But I've seen some 5-6 minute matches, I've even played 5-6 minute matches that have had 100% ratings. It's not impossible. You've just got to remember, if it's a shorter match, then you don't want all these pauses in between. You want to go all out, balls to the wall, non-stop action all the way through. And close calls, cheap shots, heel moves, outside the ring, top ropes, the lot. Just non-stop. And even if it's a shorter match, if you can put all that into the match, as well as the back and forth, I think I mentioned that actually, then that will boost the ratings every time. So think about that one. And that was my last point actually, non-stop action. So all the things I've said, just to summarise, back and forth, outside the ring, inside the ring action as well, obviously, but you want to get back and forth. Take it out of the ring like these guys are doing now. Hit some finishers outside the ring. Hit some signatures outside the ring. Get back in the ring. Hit some signatures. Take it up top. Hit some more signatures. Go for some close calls. Get some 2.9 counts. Get some foots on the ropes. Do a bit of, do a bit of showboating. I've actually forgot to mention that. Especially if you've got someone who has the superstar. It will not only boost the ratings, but it actually gives your character a buff, so think on that one. All those things I mentioned, if you use them, you will get a 100% match rating. So I do hope those tips helped you, and stay tuned to the channel. I've got plenty more tutorials coming up. Wow! If you like that and you want to see more, then why not check out one of these videos over here, as recommended by YouTube. And do consider subscribing to the channel. Click this little symbol here, and do remember to click that little notification bell. That'll keep you notified of all future content, and we'll see you next time.